Well, next up, we've got the Visitors Challenge Cup, the first day of the visitors here on the Wednesday of Henley Royal Regatta. Nottingham University versus Thames Rowing Club and Leander Club. And it's the composite on your right, Nottingham University on your left. And, well, after all of that excitement, Greg, this is going to be interesting to see these intermediate Coxless fours head down this track, and a little bit of steering just going off there from the composite.
Yeah, quality event we've got in the visitors, and we see a nice correction already from the crew on the right, which is, as we see, the mixture of kit for Thames and Leander in front of us. They've got themselves back onto the station, got the students on the far side from Nottingham University who will want to make sure they do their best to try and keep with this pace. Don't let the composite crew move from now. We're at the top of the island. Can they hold this at half a length, and can they even start to work their way back as both crews get into their rhythm now that they will try to use to take them from this point about 1 minute in through the middle and into the tough part of the course.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough ask here for Nottingham University. They've had a great season as student athletes, although despite being all students have decided not to enter the Prince Albert, the Cox Fours event, because they wanted to stay in this Coxless combination. So they've opted here for the visitors, that intermediate step up, but it's a very big step up from student rowing, isn't it, Greg? Because these guys here, you know, the middle of this boat, this composite here now in the centre of the course, two huge names in Thomas Phelps and Joe Wolfin, both studying at US universities in those big programs, and you can see the distance they've managed to put into Nottingham.
Well, we can see it now how big that gap is. That I thought these Nottingham University students were really brave off the start, going toe-to-toe with Thames and Leander Club. They laid it all on the line. I think a blade clash could have helped them if they could have made it a really messy, dirty race. They come down the course bumping into each other, but that wasn't what was going to happen. The crew from Thames that we see them here, experienced Thames and Leander, they knew how to stay out of trouble, and once they've settled into their rhythm, as you say, plenty of experience, have been able to kind of get control of this one as we're coming towards, I guess, the last third of the race or so.
Yeah, just this quiet period now. You can see the trees on the left-hand side, so no big stands, no big crowds as you move through this part here. So it's just you and the sound of your boat, and that can be quite lonely if you're trailing. But like I say, I think brave of Nottingham University to go out so hard, brave of them to come here in an intermediate event and stand their ground in the crew that they've enjoyed rowing in all season, and I'm sure they'll be really pleased with this performance. But not enough to overturn this wonderful composite. Matt Christie in the bow seat. Well, he's the ex-Molesey boy that won the Britannia Challenge Cup back in 2019 with them. He's now moseyed on over to Thames Rowing Club, steering this crew down the course and looking to make an impression here in the Coxless event here at Henley Royal Regatta.
Yeah, all four of this composite crew from Thames and Leander have won here at Henley Royal Regatta. As you say, Matt Christie won the Brit back in 2019, Tom Phelps the Thames Cup in 2017, Joe Wolfin the Forley Cup in 2015, and Jake Brown the Thames Cup in 2021. So yeah, lots of experience as well as other good Henley races, GB team performances coming through the system, and now just enjoying their time in front of the enclosures.
And just a little look to the left there by Christie in the bow seat, just ensuring that they stay well away from those booms and piles on the Buckinghamshire station. It can be a nerve-wracking job being in that steering seat, but doing an excellent job of it through the final stages, through the regatta enclosure, through the stewards enclosure. And they've got the time, haven't they? They've got the time coming up the slide to let the boat run, and they'll really be enjoying this, Greg.
These are good moments. You want to enjoy them when they come. You know there's tougher races ahead, but on these days, enjoy being in front of the stewards enclosure. It's just about 3:45 on the Wednesday. There's a good crowd, so enjoy your row. The Nottingham students still racing it out, coming down towards the line, closing that gap. But as we say, they're in good control, the crew from Thames and Leander Club.
Well, the first day of racing in the Visitors Challenge Cup will kick off well here for the composite from Thames Rowing Club and Leander Club. But Nottingham University just a few lengths back, and some good cheers there for the victorious crew in the Visitors Challenge Cup.